Hello coolers and welcome back to Viva Barca, the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing some two developing stories. Starting with Ousmane Dembele, of course that is the highest headline today, making a lot of news. Barcelona have received a legal warning after threat made to Dembele. We all know Alemany came out, just recently saying that Dembele must leave with immediate effect before the 31st of this month, and of course it has been seen as a threat. And of course Barcelona have received a warning from the AFA, Spanish Players Union, after going public with pressure on Ousmane Dembele that he must leave. We are going to be discussing much on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, we are going to be talking about Ansu Fati, as report from Dario Sport are claiming that Barcelona are going to err on the side of caution in helping Ansu Fati return from injury. We are going to be discussing much on that as we move ahead. So guys, as we get ready to discuss those stories in much detail, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Give this video a like and make sure to watch this video right up to the very end. Barca! Barcelona have been warned by the AFA, that is the Spanish Players Union, over their threat made to forward Ousmane Dembele. It follows comments from Barca sporting director Matteo Alemany on Thursday that we have told him he must leave the club as soon as possible after no agreement could be found on a new contract. Barca boss Xavi Hernandez feels cheated by the Frenchman, and the player was handed a final warning by the coach on Wednesday in what appeared to be a transfer ultimatum. That preceded the club excluding the forward, who is out of contract at the Camp Nou in June, from the squad list, traveling to San Mamés to play against Athletic Club Bilbao today night in the Copa del Rey clash round of 16. Barca have already completed the signing of Ferran Torres from Manchester City this month in what appears to be a direct replacement for Dembele in the squad. Yet, the demand from Barca sporting director Alemany that the player must leave the club as soon as possible has drawn the wrath of the AFA, who say that such a claim is in breach of the player's contract. The union believe that such comments infringe on the player's labor rights, which come into force when a contract between two parties is signed. An AFA statement reads, "In relation to the situation experienced by the FC Barcelona footballer Ousmane Dembele, the Association of the Spanish Footballers wants to express the following. The AFA considers that the signing of an employment contract as a professional soccer player obliges him to provide his services on behalf of the club following the instructions providing to him. On the other hand, the club is obliged to pay the agreed wages and allow the provision of services under the same conditions as the rest of his teammates, without there being any type of discrimination or pressure for the athlete to waive their labor rights. We understand that the renewal of a contract requires the agreement of the will of both parties. Said agreement of wills must be issued freely without there being external conditions that limit or restrict the freedom of contracting of the professional soccer player. It is true that a professional footballer does not have the right to be lined up or even called up for every match, but rather to be treated under the same condition as his teammates and to be able to play those matches. But if this circumstance could be understood as pressure to bend their will, and public statements are also made acknowledging this type of pressure, we would be facing an illegal action by the company. AFE considers that not reaching an agreement to renew an employment contract does not imply a labor breach, so it cannot have any consequence for the provision of services. The non-alignment of a footballer for a period of time without any injury, illness, or physical impediment supposes a devaluation of his image and his sports cash that will negatively affect his future contract. At AFA, we want this situation to be resolved without the workers' right being violated, and we remind you that AFA is available to any footballer who may see their labor rights violated as a worker." So that is their statement to FC Barcelona recently. So Dembele is out of contract at Barca in June, as we all know, and the club are now hopeful of moving the player on this month in order to avoid losing him as a free agent and saving on his wages. Manchester United, Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain have been among the clubs linked with a possible move for the Frenchman. Barca paid £105 million in a deal rising to a potential £135 million to sign Dembele from Borussia Dortmund back in 2017 in a transfer that has become symbolic of the club's reckless transfer policy. Then on to the next story of discussion. Ansu Fati is an integral part of Barcelona's future, but the club are going to have to be very careful in how they manage his return from injury, according to a report from Dario Sport. He has already suffered a couple of setbacks, and anything further could seriously threaten the development of his nascent career. Fati played 55 minutes in Barcelona's last game, the 3-2 defeat to Real Madrid in the semi-final of the Supercopa de España, and actually managed to score the goal that momentarily made it 2-2. But it's thought he won't be ready to face Athletic Club in the last 16 Copa del Rey at the San Mamés this evening. He feels good, and it's natural after a triumphant return that he wants to go 100%, 100 miles an hour. But Barcelona are going to tread very carefully to ensure he doesn't suffer another relapse. They could certainly use him. However, Athletic are tough as an opponent, especially in the Basque country. So callers, with that we come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video, and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please make sure to do so you always stay in touch with the latest on FC Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.